Okay, I got this thing on an overhead view. What I'm gonna do is drill the holes for these boards right here, these two interior boards. I already did the 4 outside boards, so um, yeah, I'm gonna drill the holes for this board and that board on the front right here, and then I'm trying to mount this thing. It's like 1:30 in the morning, trying to beat this storm that I see is coming. So let's get after it. What we got to do is get over into the trailer. And screws, nuts, and washers. Even the board up on the end down here. It's more critical for them to be even down here because this is a tilt trailer. Go ahead and drill the two down here so it won't move or rotate on me. And that way it'll stay straight for down on the other end down there. I'll be down there in a second. Like I said, I drilled them down here first so the board won't rotate on me on that end down there. So let me go get my knee pads. Grab the knee pads. I already got my knee pads so I can crawl on this wood without messing up my knees. making it down to this end. Had to go between the beams. Now I'm on this end. I'm over here. So I got the drill and the drill bit. Let's see if I can do this and beat this thunder and lightning. All right, I'm in. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm head in the way. Gotta drill these holes. Alright, there's one hole. Nuts and washers. Find a bolt that can fit it. Got several sizes in here. So that's what I do, just find a bolt, grab a nut and a washer. It's getting tight on me now because I'm in the center of the trailer. So I think to really tighten these things up, I'm gonna have to get on the ground and go underneath the bottom. Got a ratchet wrench. There's another bolt. Let me drill this one. Size it up so I can get in that channel. Alright, we're in. Now the trick is reaching under there, putting this nut and bolt on, nut and washer. Sorry about my head in the way. I gotta get it started. Got it started. Tighten it up by hand. Get it where I can put the ratchet on there. Get this one started. Thunder getting closer. gonna rain all day tomorrow. That's why I'm out here early morning, late night, trying to get this done. Because the more these boards get wet, they're starting to warp. That's why you get the nuts and the bolts in. You get it tightened down so they won't move when they get wet. Tighten it down until this head suck into the wood a little bit. You don't want to suck it too much. Make it splinter. Just want to get it flush with the metal down here. And then I'll retighten it later on after the bend get out of it. So what I'm at right now is these bolts are too long. So what I gotta do is put the vice grip on them under there and bend it and break it off. Back and forth with it until the long piece break off. We ain't worried about taking them back off again. Hopefully it's the last time I'll ever have to put wood on this thing. We'll see what the quality of these boards are. Okay, that's good. So now I gotta reach under here and get this other one. Sorry for my head in the way. All right, see, that's good because the board is level, flush across, straight across from one board to the other. I know I got to get a glove on, man, because scrubbing back and forth underneath that board, man, is like taking the skin off my hand, and that ain't nothing nice. So can't really feel the ratchet like I want to, but I guess I need to save my top of my thumb. All right, what I'm gonna do now is switch over to the other side and drill these two holes, same as I did these. Another one over here. Same thing, get two 2 bolts, 2 nuts and 2 washers. So it's raining down here right now. All behind me in the cypress trees. Got Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom going on. So I gotta stay vigilant because one night I was out here, there was 2 bobcats back there having a battle right on the other side of one of my trailers over there. And I was like, man. The reason I know they were bobcats, I went in the house and got my item and a flashlight. And I ended up shining a light out there in the top of the tree. And he was sitting on a branch looking at me. I was like, man. Yeah, that was too close. Use my third hand. Try to drop the washer down there. Stuff like this, man, you just keep your third hand handy so you can reach and get stuff when you drop it. Get as old as I am now, I tend to start dropping stuff all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. Can't hold nothing in your fingers. Alright, this lightning getting a little bit more fierce. Hopefully I can get these 2 boards at least secured. And I'll be down to that 1 board because I know I'm going to have to get on the ground to do that one. Because I can't get in the middle of the trailer no more. But if I can pull it off and get it done tonight, that'll be a blessing because tomorrow it's going to be all wet on the ground. So I'm going to thrive to see if I can do that tonight. I'd rather get it done now while I'm all filthy. But we gonna see if we can knock this out. That one tight. I gotta get the vice grips and break off that nut. I mean the bolt. It's too long. Can't get my ratchet wrench off. Like that. Do a couple of back and forth, man. Just break it off. Need all the extra. Get the third hand and get my wrench. Throw on the ground. All right, we're golden right there. Tighten this one up a little bit more. All right. Good deal. Go ahead and break this bolt off. Just clamp it on there. And do a couple of back and forths. Just wring it off. Ain't no reason to get no sawzall and do all kind of grinding. Just break it off. Be done with it. So that's the deal right there. So I'm gonna go to the other end of the trailer. I'm gonna do the same process right here. I gotta do the center and put 2 in the center, and 2 on the other end, and then when it's all wrapped up, the camera is mounted on this board right here, so I can't move it around like that and go under the underground and everything. So I'll be showing y'all a video of the finished product. So appreciate y'all. See if I can get out of here. I'm bagging my nuts and my bolts. My nuts and washers. This is my bolts. Buy them in bulk. You have plenty to spare. You won't run out. And it's cheaper. Y'all know the store. You buy them by the pound, not by the piece. Get more for your money. I'm right here in the center. Put new two nuts, washers, and bolts in the middle of the trailer on the frame. Three mounting points: front, center, and rear. center. Move towards the rear. I'm gonna come get the camera and mount it on the rear. We'll go from there. Glad the camera didn't fall. All right. I'm gonna keep the live shot. That's the nuts and bolts what I put in the center. Right there. That one and over there. So I got this center board to put in. And it's gonna be a doozy because I gotta do that under the bottom. Crawl up under there. So this is where I'm at right now. I gotta mount these bolts, such as I did those over there and the ones on this side. So I gotta lock these down. See if I can mount the camera somewhere. All right, I'm gonna have to cut this short because it's starting to rain. And I'm all about getting my camera all wet. See if I can lock these down before I have to call it. Let's see if I can find some shorter bolts. Some shorter bolts, that way I won't have to be cranking on the nut so much. Spin it until it bottoms out a little bit. Oh, man. My safety glasses on the floor, on the ground. I'm glad I just saw those. I'll be looking for them. All right. Nut in the washer. Reach under there and see if I can get it threaded. Stuff is tedious. Can't get frustrated. That ain't helping nothing. Just deal with it until you hit it. See, some people do this stuff like this, man. Be all impatient. Become unglued. But you still gotta get the job done. Might as well calm down, regroup, go back at it. I don't like all the activity I'm hearing over in these bushes. What I do is I got my headlight on and I just be looking for eyes. Split up Mutual of Omaha. Wild Kingdom going on. Cool with all that, as long as they stay over there where they at. This board is warped. I can see it. I crank this bolt down about a whole ½ inch until it pulls it down. Seat it. Alright, let's get it seated. Nice and flush. That's what you want. You want all these boards flush across from each other on the cross member. Alright, now I need the vice grips. These ain't vice grips, these are another brand. Back and forth with the bolt until it breaks off. I think these things are Crescent brand vice grips. Easier to hold this ratchet wrench with without a glove on, but it's got the top of my thumb knuckle raw, scraping on top of that board. We ain't gonna whine about it. Let's get the job done. Be done with it, man. Heal up later. That's a lie. Put this glove back on. Let's save some of my skin on my thumb. Alright. The rain is getting heavier. I might have to cease this video. But I'm thinking y'all get the picture. Just reboarding the floor of the trailer so I can put it back in service. I've been missing this thing because it's a good trailer. Just needed replace the rotten floorboards, rotten tires for years. Once I get it going, man, it's gonna be a good thing. I got the fan on, but it's on the other end of the trailer. Cooling off outdoors and not me. But that's alright. We're making progress. Do a dry run with this last board. So this is the last board. Size the best. This is the best side, man, but it's got all this sap that came out of it. I think I'll just have to deal with the sap because this side over here, it's got a nice crack down the center. So these boards these days ain't worth nothing to be really talking about. Well, actually, that side with all the sap got the most knots. This one has these two little knots. So it's 4 or 5 knots on this side. So I guess I'll go with this side. Keep the sap facing the other way, which is down. Board is nice and warped. think I'm gonna have to go with it right there. I can put 2 bolts on both ends. Stop from twisting. Nice and warped. Bolts in it. You'll be able to pull it back and check. All right, I sure enough appreciate y'all watching. Well, I'm gonna have to call it, man, cause getting my Samsung S25 Ultra screen all nice and wet. See the amount of warpage on the other end, man. Got a major twist. All right, we'll move this show back to the other end. At least I had the boards down, I hope. Y'all, thanks for watching.